Hey, what's going on, friends and fams? It's your boy Migs here with my sub-channel Veganism is Metal. I'd like to welcome you. We're going to be making sofrito today, which is a base sauce that a lot of Spanish people use in their cooking. We use it in our rice, we use it in our soups, we use it to flavor meats and stuff like that. I like to put it in my hamburgers. Sometimes I put it in my spaghettis to make it, you know, a little customized. So with that, the principal ingredients in a sofrito, some people like to use green peppers only, some people like to use red peppers only. I personally like red peppers. I find that they have a really good flavor. Green peppers are kind of mild in flavor, I find, so I tend to not put them in there, or if I do use them, I put one. You have onions. I like to use 2. You have cilantro. Right here, this is cilantro. And then we have what is called recao. Some people know it as culantro, but this I barely use, but I got it today because I want to see how it's going to make my sofrito taste. You also have garlic cloves. So now that we have all our ingredients, I like to start off by cutting out the stems of the peppers, and then you want to take out the seeds. Cut out these white parts as well. Don't worry if that stuff falls to the floor, it's garbage anyways. Make it easier for yourself, cut it into pieces because this is going to be ground down anyways. Make sure you got no seeds when you start loading your peppers into the blender. This white stuff out of here. There we go. Alright, get rid of your scraps. Take these pieces that fell off the floor. And move on to our red peppers. Same thing, cut your stems out, seeds out. If you hear noises in the background, it's most likely my cat's playing up a storm in the living room, so don't mind it too much. Sorry if it seems a little distracted. I'm keeping an eye on the cats because they tend to attack each other sometimes when their excitement in playing. Alright, get your seeds out. Stem does not want to come out. Alright, there we go. Hey, you take it easy over there. Calm down. Oh boy. scraps. I like to cut these down to make it easier for the blender to do its thing. Cut your onions in fourths to make it easy for the blender. Oops, edit that out. All right, with that, let's start the blending process. Onion up in there. And might as well throw them garlic cloves up in there. Usually I like, my general rule is I use 2 onions, 2 green peppers, 2 red peppers, and 2 heads of garlic. Since these came pre-peeled, I'm not sure how much, if that's 2 bulbs worth or 3 bulbs worth in there, but can't go wrong with too much garlic. Garlic's delicious and healthy for you. While that's blending up, get our leaves ready. Give these a quick rinse. Pause for now. I like to leave my sofrito a little bit chunky, not too much watery. Make sure you take out any dead leaves from there. You know this is good, Rica, because there's fresh dirt on there. Well, this is the cilantro, not recao, my bad. Get rid of these scraps. Give this a good rinse. That cilantro smells delicious. I'm gonna give this like a quick little mince. Help the blender do its thing better. Rip this with your hand like that. Get that up in there too. And I like to use parsley every once in a while. Let this parsley sit in here for about like a week or two, so I want to make sure that it's good. Alright. That quick little mince as well. I'm gonna leave the bottom part out because it looks like it was starting to yellow there. As you can see, little yellow leaves. So not just too much, but once they start to yellow like that, they start to lose their flavor. So you want to make sure you got nice lush green. Stop it here. What's stopping us here? All right. Last round. You might have to push some of the leaves down if they don't wind up going down on their own. Never do that while the blender is active. Oh yeah, look at that. Stop it real quick. There's still some leaves floating here at the top. I'm gonna push them down into the rest of the mix. Alright, we'll give this one last final puree. Get our little Tupperwares ready. Store the sofrito in. Looking good, looking good. Got a little check. Make sure there's no whole leaves. There you have it, people. Actually, hold on one second. Got one last little thing. I like to put some salt to help it preserve. And just put a little sprinkle of salt at the top. Not too much. This helps it stay fresh longer. And there you have it, people. The base mother sauce sofrito that Latinos like to use in a lot of their cooking. If you're not going to use this right away, you can freeze it. All I'm going to say is be careful. The way you use this in your cooking, you heat up a little oil in the pan. Make sure that if you're going to be using it frozen, you be very careful, because once the oil is hot and you put that ice cold sofrito in there, it's going to create a lot of splashback. So make sure you got like an oil guard when you're cooking or something like that. Or you just have a lid real quick to put the lid on. That way you don't get splashed up and burned. Easy way to avoid that is if you know you're going to be cooking ahead of time, make sure you take the sofrito out so that it softens up and you know it's not that cold and icy. The icier it is, the more splash it's going to create when you put it in the hot oil. Use this to make your rice, you know, like I said, a little bit of oil, a little bit of sofrito, and then you can add whatever other spices on there. Even though this has garlic and onion already in it, I like to throw a little bit of onion and garlic powder on there, a little bit of oregano, and some mushroom powders for that umami flavor. I also use blackstrap molasses and Marmite when available. They're good alternatives to using animal products and flavorings and stuff like that. It gives your cooking a kind of meaty flavor. Also adds things like iron and vitamins B12 and stuff to your cooking. So with that, it's pretty much you're done. You have your sofrito and you're ready to cook. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bells for you to see those future cooking demos that I'm going to be using this with and showing you how to cook with it. Check you guys later. Be safe.